We have to ask you, though, how are you with snakes in real life, though?
Tommy!
What kind is it?
I don't know, the fucking big kind?
Well, somebody asked me about one this morning, and my shoulders like went up to my ears, and I cannot.
So we did bring something with us today. Guys, if you want to bring out the snakes, no, I'm kidding.
No, oh my God.
I'm totally kidding. No.
It's just in my pocket right here, actually. No.
You totally got me.
Wow, okay.
Oh my gosh.
Good.
Kayla, thank you so much for sharing your time with us on the Movie Podcast today.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Of course. We are in love with the show so far. We've seen the first 5 episodes, and we're trying to convince everyone here to give us more. Yeah. So if you have them with you, we will take them.
We'll
I
definitely
don't.
take them, yeah.
But if you guys get them, send them my way.
We'll shoot you an email, be like, listen, we got the rest. Have a watch party.
Oh, yeah.
It'll be good. Yeah, it's great.
And you're so fantastic in the show, and we love like everything about your introduction to how the show is kind of moving forward with your character. But the world of the oil industry, like, it's not something that I think Daniel and I were too familiar with. But going in for yourself, how familiar were you with that world?
I knew nothing about that world. I grew up in Vancouver, which we're very far away from oil rigs, and I didn't really know how it actually worked, how we get the oil out of the ground. I mean, I knew that there was rig. I didn't know much about it, so I really had to dive in, learn a lot about how it is made and what the process is, and I had no idea, as you'll learn in this show, how much money is involved and how risky it is and how dangerous it is to go out there and get this stuff out of the ground.
There's a lot. There's so much more that's involved, and I guess this show is also a great learning opportunity for us because we're like, oh yeah, like there's a lot of money involved, like you're saying, but there's just so much more danger than expected, I guess.
Totally. People are risking their lives operating these machines every day, and sometimes I think it's been known that safety is kind of not up to its fullest potential. It's a very risky job, and people still do it because you can make a lot of money doing it, and we need this stuff right now. We're living in a society where we need it. So this story, it lets you into the world of these people and their families.
Yeah.
And
you get to see both sides of it, right? The beauty and also just the absolute harm of it. So
totally.
It is a great learning experience.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's so interesting about where the first episode ends, because you're going through the paces in the first episode, you're like, okay, where's this going to go? And then that last moment in the first episode really sets the tone for the rest of the series. So we'd love to know, what was your reaction to watching that first episode, and what was it like talking to Taylor about what the series was going to be?
I mean, I'd read the scripts 1 to 4 when I got cast, so I knew that there was like some crazy twists and turns coming. But yeah, from the time that I first read that, it's like I said before, these people are saying goodbye to their husbands or wives in the morning, and you hopefully see them at the end of the day. But it's a very risky job. So it's a series with lots of twists and turns. It's a roller coaster. It really is.
Yeah. And we're on board. We're on board for this.
We're strapped in.
for this ride.
You're strapped in.
Yeah.
You've got your safety.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah, we're definitely safer.
Yeah.
And the introduction to your character is also so unique. I feel like we don't typically see lawyers come into a show that are just so much more unassuming, and you're just kind of like, no, I don't want this car. I want to blend in as much as possible. What did you fall in love with your character, and like how is it like kind of shaping that with Taylor?
Yeah, the unassuming aspect is, it's really interesting to me that she sees everything from a very, very, how do I put this? Like, she sees the whole picture.
Yeah.
She's looking at every aspect, taking all of her information in before she makes a decision about anything. Everything is very carefully thought out with Rebecca. So I found that really, really interesting to play, and it's as a young woman in this industry, meaning like a lawyer in the world of law, the world of oil and gas, you have to think quick on your feet, and you've got to be like a hard hitter, because you've got as we've seen in the episodes, you've got maybe ageism, you've got some misogyny up against you, but she's down for it all. I mean, all those comments, it only fuels her more, so.
It's fun to see that. It's fun
Yeah.
to see how she's developing and just kind of getting used to just being around the family
Yeah.
as well too as the show's going on. We have to ask you though, how are you with snakes in real life though?
Well, somebody asked me about one this morning, and my shoulders like went up to my ears, and I cannot.
So we
Yeah.
did bring something with us today. Guys, if you want to bring out the snakes, no, I'm kidding.
No, oh my God.
I'm totally kidding. No.
It's just in my pocket right here, actually. No.
You totally got me.
Wow, okay.
Oh my gosh.
You did it.
Good.
We got it.
We're
practicing
pretty afraid of snakes too, so
Yeah.
we were risky
Terrified.
with this joke as well.
Yeah.
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 Didn't even
Yeah.
like reading it.
No.
No,
like
yeah,
saying
they're not creatures that you want to come across. While we were filming, like even when we were out at in the oil fields at the end of episode 2, they warn you. They're like, watch where you step. If there's any grass, watch where you step. Keep your eyes out. It's
Nope.
like, no, I'm
We're
good.
good.
My
Thank
last
you
day.
so
Last
much.
day on the job. Yeah. No.
You wouldn't walk away from a Taylor Sheridan set.
That's
would you?
true.
Yeah,
That's true.
we do it for
I'd be
Taylor.
like in a bubble suit the entire time. I'd be like, okay, where's the snakes? Point them out.
As soon as the cut, just tears immediately.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
I can't do it. No.
No, you killed it though. You did great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You handle the snakes, yeah. Your relationship with all the characters in the show is fantastic. It's a great cast in this show. And again, in that first episode that you're with Billy Bob Thornton, I love that conversation that you're having at the bar, and you're like, don't call me lady, like just you're very no nonsense, but you have such a backing to your character. What was it like, kind of building that relationship with Billy Bob and just finding where Tommy and Rebecca kind of sit?
Yeah, with that scene in particular, that was day one, first scene I shot
Wow.
in the series. So that was like throw a mic on after you've rushed through hair and makeup and go. And I was like, okay, I guess we're jumping into this. Billy and I, we got to chat a couple times before, but we both agreed that there was, there's some tension between these two characters. I think he was not expecting a young woman, Tommy was not expecting a young woman to come in, and she, I think, has her opinions about how these guys are going to be. And yeah, they have a bit of a oil and water situation.
Yeah.
Very much so.
It's interesting to see how, like, really, again, without giving too much away in the 4th episode, we really get to see, you shine as the lawyer that's really coming into town here and see why, you're demanding that $900 an hour.
That's right.
For sure. How were you with, like, learning that legalese and, like, feeling confident and, like, I believed it. Like, and then that's the thing. That's what's so fun about your performance in this is that you're just like, whatever she's telling me, I believe what's happening right now. So what was it like, figuring out and getting your head around all of that?
The first time I read it, I was like, I don't know what half of this means. So, I mean, I had a year with that material before we went to camera with it. You really have to know what you're talking about, especially in those big, long monologues. You have to know what the words are, what they mean, how they relate to other things, what's common in the industry. And yeah, I had such a wonderful time with that monologue. It was like the beast that I was scared of when I first was cast as Rebecca, but then that's one of my favorite memories on set is episode 4. So yeah, that's it. Just like Rebecca, I had to know exactly what I was talking about and figure out how she was gonna shape shift these guys, and it was a blast.
Love that. Yeah, that's probably one of my favorite scenes in the show so far. It's just
Oh, well,
this
thank
is
you.
an awesome moment.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure all the internet's gonna blow up right when that episode comes out because we're very close to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Weeks away.
Almost there.
Yeah.
What we love also is that Taylor Sheridan's work. There's so much in movies and television that he's been a part of, and he's created so many fantastic series and worlds out there. Is there another Taylor Sheridan world that you would have loved to have been a part of as well, or seen your character in even?
I mean, any of it. Oh my gosh, his stuff is so it's so beautiful to watch. It's so compelling. Everything he touches, I'm just like, I would love to be a part of anything else.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be fun to hop back in time for a bit.
The old Yellowstone ones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
those
Yeah,
are really
bring me
cool.
back in time. That would be so much fun. It was really cool to be in Fort Worth and see in 1883 some like be on the street that I saw in 1883. I did my audition in the stockyards where you see some of that in the first episode of 1883.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
It's Texas is making its way
Definitely.
through the.
Definitely.
Oh my gosh,
yeah.
How long, if you remember, how long was it before audition to finding out that you actually had the role?
Audition was February 2023. I found out March 2023. So
Okay.
it was about a month process from first audition to the call.
That's great.
Yeah.
Luckily, they didn't keep you waiting too long. They were like, no, we need to lock her into this for sure.
I mean, I was so blown away that any of this was coming true. It's truly a dream. Yeah.
Who was that first person you kind of told? You're like, listen, I'm going to be in this show with Taylor Sheridan right now.
Oh, my husband was videoing the call, so he had his phone out. And at first, the way the conversation was kind of going, I thought that it wasn't happening for me. It was one of those things where it was like, it's really great, but so I thought it was kind of going away. So he was taping me, and he saw my face kind of fall, and then he said, I want to offer you the role, and Rebecca, and my face
Oh my God.
lit up. But my husband was right there, so
What a moment.
he was the first one.
What a moment. That's
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah.
That's fantastic.
Well, we're so grateful for your time. And
Oh.
we absolutely love this show. And again, we can't wait for the world to start seeing more of Rebecca Falcone come out. So thank you so much again for your time, and we hope we can talk to you again in the future.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you guys.